Hello, good evening, students. Hello, good evening, students. Welcome to Excel Maths online classes. Just an interaction, one-to-one interaction, or in other words, just making an interaction with one another. You can ask your doubts. Really, this session, mathematics session, is meant for standard 8th to 12th of any syllabus, any state syllabus, and even CBSE and ISC and ICSE patterns. Of course, we have uploaded some videos on simultaneous equation. We just give a minimum sum to make you to understand, and we also give some tips as well as some counseling, some ideas. Uh, I'm in the field for 30 years in this tuition field. My name is Samuel. Um, so actually, we also try to speak about fear for maths, which is very common. They say out of 100 students, generally in a school or a class, more than 50 to 60% have a fear for maths. So it's pertinent that this fear of maths should be removed. And if you have any doubts, you can type it, clarify it. Please watch our videos. We have, for example, the simultaneous equations. We are done in 6 to 7 different methods based on different syllabus. Eliminating coefficients, which is a common method for all syllabus. We have done it. State, central, and ICSE patterns and IC patterns. In method of substitution, we have done it. The same sum, we have done in different methods to understand more easily because the sum is same, the answer is same, but methodology is different. Also, we did in cross multiplication method and in graphical method. These first four methods usually comes in 9th and 10th. Some syllabus it comes between 8th and 10th. It depends. And the same sum of simultaneous equation in two unknowns we have done first. The same question we have done even for higher and higher levels called higher secondary or PU level. It depends upon various levels they call it. Some states call higher secondary, some call PU level. Unit, determinant method and matrix method. Also we given statement sum. Of course, there are a lot of models, so we're given a minimum sum to make you to understand what is meant by simultaneous of two unknowns, and one sum you're done in simultaneous equation based on three unknowns. In the case of three unknowns, many syllabus doesn't have the three unknowns. Only in some higher class they have it. One or two syllabuses have in till 10th level, 10th grade. So that's what we have done it. In this interaction, you can ask any questions concerning with maths or any class atmosphere or anything which you feel you can ask. Any doubts, we are free to clarify particular sums. But it's better if you make it between 8th and 10th standard because suddenly some lower class means it's a big problem. It's very hard to club up these things. So you can ask your doubts or any clarification. Yesterday also a lot of people came. We had a lively time session. So we welcome again to his Excel Maths online classes. I'm Samuel. And also we continue with the fear for maths. Generally they're called arithmophobia. You know what is meant by phobia generally? Phobia means a fear or an allergy, a kind of what? Hatred, phobia. So this kind of fear for mathematics is a topic they have put to make the discussion lively and interesting. So the topic they have put is actually fear for maths. The topic we have put is called called as arithmophobia. So this discussion is based on the maths subject. Generally, maths and science are supposed to be kept in a higher pedestal, higher thing. Generally, commerce, they say it's much easier. Arts group is still more safer. But as such, there's no particular separation like maths group is superior and commerce is lower and arts group is still more lower. All are equivalent. It depends upon how you take things and how you take the challenge and do it. But the problem with the mathematics is it needs a foundation. For example, the fear for maths comes from these kind of concepts. I can give you a simple example. In mathematics, if you put 4 plus 3 is 7, I tell a simple example. 4 into 3, okay, take 4, 6, 4 into 3, 12. 4, if you multiply by 3, is 12. If you start a sum by making mistake, 4 into 3, instead of 12, if you put 11, the whole sum goes wrong. So what will happen? They'll cancel. Uh, Generally, in science, it's not like this. For example, rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So instead of meter per second square, if you put meter per second, also they give you some marks. But in the case of mathematics, if you make the mistake in the beginning, they cancel everything. Some teachers cancel even if you make mistake in the middle or in the last. They want perfection. So many, when they see the answer sheet, they say 4 into 3 is 12, I know well, but I made a simple mistake. For that, I'm penalized heavily. For that, I have to pay a heavy price. Whatever it is, maths has its own positive and negative points, whereas science is not like that. If you're writing one essay about what, an experiment or a definition, some letters here and there, if you leave it, what is pressure, give its unit, give an example. In the three question, even if you make one question mistake, they'll try to give you some marks. It's not in the case of mathematics. Even a simple foundation mistake will cost you heavily. You have to lose it. That's why many have a fear for maths, arithmophobia, they call it. So, this kind of foundation mistakes is the basic thing for mathematics. So, to avoid this, you have to practice daily. Practice makes perfection. Number one. So, if you go on practice, it will be what thorough. In fact, my maths tutor used to say, even if at 12 o'clock I'll wake you up and ask what is 12 6 or you must say 72. In other words, the formulas, multiplication table, which are supposed to be the basic foundation, should be in fingertips thorough. Uh, if you make a mistake in simple multiplications or additions, it's a big problem, especially when you want to add two fractions or subtract two fractions. Students, even in higher classes, they just take one step back and see the fraction. You have to take the LCM, put the LCM, and find the answer, then simplify the numerator and denominator and get the final answer or a decimal. So these kinds of things are many for many students is allergic. When you see a fraction, I'm not telling about a fraction comes in fourth standard, fifth standard itself, addition of fractions. At some syllabus, it comes in sixth standard. It depends, but whatever it comes from minimum from fourth to sixth. But a student even in 10th standard has a problem in adding a fraction or subtraction, especially when two or three fraction comes. How to find LCM, how to add it. If they get some, I mean, full numbers like 4 plus 3, 4 into 3, they multiply it. And many feel better if they have a calculator. Some sums they switch out to calculator when they do in a homework or not in a class. When the teacher is not in front of them, that in the long run will have a problem. So it's better to multiply, even if it's a bigger number. If you practice, you get the things will become simpler. You feel it easy. You like it. Otherwise, if you have a mentality that oh, this big numbers 145 into 132, four numbers into three numbers, I must multiply. Oh, it's a big challenge, big irritation means it won't come. If you multiply three or four times, you get the speed. and no calculator or computer can overtake the human mind. So it depends upon how you take things and the challenge. If you think multiplying numbers is a hard, it's a hard. So you have to multiply in a thing. So simple examples I'm telling to avoid this fear for maths. And you must, first of all, the foundation should be strong. For example, if you come to an identity, yesterday I was telling the difference between a plus b the whole square and a minus b the whole square. When minus comes, many get upset because a plus b the whole square, the formula is everything is plus a square plus b square plus 2ab. If you ask out of 10, 7 students will say a minus b the whole square wrong. It's actually a square plus b square. But they have a thing a square minus b square. I told you the reason also yesterday. When wrong things go in the mind, it's very hard to remove. If you don't know a concept, if you don't know certain things, it's very easy to teach and learn. If wrong things goes in the mind, it's very hard to remove because it get entrenched. So it's hard. So it's better to work out more thorough. You can do it actually. And if you have some difficulty, many students they try to solve maths problem by themselves. So what they do, they go for a guide, they copy others. And I know students in my life I've seen mugging up sums. Sometimes I'll tell them this sum is very important for the exam. This sum was, I'm telling about not a lower class student. I'm telling a student about 12th standard in some state syllabus. You know, I used to say this sum is very popular in final exam. It has come 4 times last year, the previous year, the supplement exam. Then they'll say leave it, sir, we'll mark up the sum. They'll write the sum 10 times. So these kind of measures you must not follow. You must try to understand. So the main point is actually, uh, first of all, you must practice well. If you don't know your sum, it's better to go for the help of the teachers or a private tutor or a known person, your neighbors or relatives or even friends. As far as my knowledge is concerned, 90% of the friends they teach their friends. One or two may be possessive. They say, I can't teach you, you try to learn. But generally, if you ask a doubt with a girl or a boy who's well versed in maths, they'll try to help you. Only we have a wrong notion that they're studying well, they won't help us. Okay, you can go and ask your friends. Of course, I told you already, one or two may be a little what I mean, they won't help others. They say you go and learn. But it's very rare. Many will try to help you out. Because if you teach others, you can understand more thoroughly. Teaching is a kind of experience. Which more you teach, more you get experienced. It's something practical, it's not theoretical. The more you practice, the more you become thorough with it. So don't forget to get a help. And as far as my knowledge is, my my advice or request is don't go to guides. Many what they do, they see the guide. For example, if you're in higher class, why like 12th or 9th, even if you're 9th standard, now a lot of guides are available. So if you go to a guide, if there are 7 steps, probably you can understand 1 or 2 steps. All steps in a guide you can't understand. If you just go to a guide, it's called theoretical, something you're just learning mechanically, which you can't understand. But you practice. Many what they do, they copy the guide or work out the sum 3, 4 times, they mark up the sum. This is not the proper way. So you must go for a help. And asking help is nothing wrong, either to a class teacher. Uh, so I have seen teachers in schools also when we work out. Many teachers, including myself, they call to the, I mean, teachers' room and teach them, weak students. I know many teachers call them after the class hours and teach them. Many go for tuition. Some go for group tuitions. Some go for one-to-one personal tuitions, one-to-one basis. It depends upon the economic background and other things. So it depends upon what you want to learn it. So I said you must go for a help. When you go for a help, you must try to ask your doubt. Sometimes in a class also, it will be simple doubt. For example, I'll tell you, they'll put on multiplication or they'll put 72 by 12 is equal to 6. And you may not understand where that 6 came from. It's simple only. 72, if you divide by 12, you get 6. It'll be in the board. And sometimes if you ask, the teacher may say, this you can't understand. Just division, you're getting 6. Now others may laugh at you. But you must not feel sad with it. You must try to what, move with it. Because the more you learn from mistake, you become thorough. So it depends upon your thing. Because all 5 fingers are not same. All won't have the same grasping capacity or understanding capacity. So you have to ask your doubts. Doubt while asking it, you should not feel shame. Others are laughing. Yesterday I had this problem. So what will happen? So you must try to ask doubts. I've seen students who ask doubts coming up much better, shining much better, getting more marks. So you must not have a tortoise attitude. Why should I ask the doubt? So you must try to get the help of your teacher or a tutor or anybody known in your house or your neighbors or friends. Friends, you can ask. As I told you, most of them will try to help you out. Uh, thing. If one student doesn't help, you can ask the other student. Uh, Discussing studying is always better. How this come because one doubt one person may know and other person may not know. If you have any doubts now also you can type. We'll counsel you about any of this aspect, fear of mathematics. And to continue with it, actually, you must try to enjoy doing sums. Simple multiplication itself, many have an irritation. Multiplying 118 by 79, three numbers by two numbers. They feel it's something like a boring Herculean task. And they prefer why they're not allowing calculators. They allow in some foreign countries. It's not like that. Most of the Indians are very smart in foreign countries because the calculators are not much used in lower classes in India. It's one of the reasons why Indians are very successful in abroad. So these kind of calculators you must not switch over immediately. You must try to work out. Okay, nobody's seeing. It's just a homework. I can go for a calculator. So when you go for a calculator, habits die hard. Again, you go for the calculator. And then you'll be back to square one where you'll have a fear of mathematics. So try to enjoy doing mathematics. Enjoy in the sense, do it in the right sense. If you want any language, some of the languages we know, you can type it. Mostly you can type in Tamil or English, or you can ask in questions. Some of the languages, no problem. If you're able to answer, we'll answer. But English will be better. If you ask in English, it'll be useful for others. If you have, if you don't have any fluency or if you say you can type the thing, you can answer back. So you can ask your doubts. So don't forget. And again, I repeat, we are uploaded some videos of simultaneous equations in two unknowns and only one sum in three unknowns because it has only certain syllabus. You can go through. There are totally 6 to 7 models, 7 methodology done in various syllabuses. So that's why we done it. If you want to do all the sums in your syllabus or all the sums in exercise, if you want to do some test and improve, you can join our Zoom app. And if you want a kind of home tuitions in Bangalore area, you can contact our email address. Of course, the particular area will be better. Actually, I teach maths, physics, and chemistry. These three are interconnected subject. But here we go only for maths. In future, we plan to go for the other two also. So you can commit, and it's nothing wrong in going for tuitions. See, all topics you can't understand. Even intelligent students or bright students, they can't understand all topics. There are topics which are very hard, like probability. A lot of topics which are quite hard, calculus. So we have to go for a help, and going for help is of various types. Going searching the computers and trying to find out. If your grasping capacity is better, you can go, or you can go for a group tuition where you can ask some doubt. So you have to put more efforts. not feel else. For example, you're good in language, good in English. Many say I'm getting good marks. Many parents will say, son or daughter is getting good marks in what? Other subjects, only maths is very poor, it's getting single digit marks. Then naturally you have to concentrate more on maths. Go for tuition, spend more time in maths. That doesn't mean don't leave the I think other subjects, but time for maths concentration should be much more. So you can go for some extra coaching. You can go and learn. Or some well-known students, your friend is there. You can 2 or 3 friends can join, or you can join from home tuitions or group tuitions or in school itself. There's nothing harm in joining tuitions or nothing bad in joining tuitions till you become thorough or you gain knowledge. That's the main thing. And try to work out easy problems first. The problem is many work out hard problems. I told you yesterday if you want to go to the fifth floor, first you must climb from first floor, second floor, like that. So some models are harder. That's why in this online classes also we didn't give much harder problems. Because if you give a harder one, out of 10 students watching this online program or 100 students watching this online program, only 5 can understand, 95 won't understand. They don't come for this chat and all. That's why in our uploaded video, we are given only an easier problem. Many may think, I want this problem, that problem is harder. My syllabus has got harder problems. If you want, you can ask us. We'll help those particular some. Even doubt you can clear here. So we can answer those problems. That's why we don't upload harder problems. Out of 10 students who come for the chat, only 2 can understand, 8 will run away. Oh, what is their studies? I can't understand. So, in other words, when you work out sums, try to work out easier ones, go step by step. When you learn step by step in maths, it's like that. That's always better. And try to be thorough with the basics like tables, identities, formulas. If you work out 3 or 4 times, it'll come out. For example, if you don't get one formula, try to write 10 times. It's nothing a shame or wrong. In our days, olden days, they'll ask to write the formula 10 times. A minus b the whole square. I said, even I used to write a square minus b square. It's actually a square plus b square minus 2a. So when I wrote the formula 10 times, because my master asked me to do that, the formula became thorough for us. Nowadays, it's very hard to say to write, imposition or scolded students. These are different. Uh, the relationship has changed a lot, but it's nothing harm in ourselves writing 10 times. The formula will become thorough. It will hardly take 2 minutes. You write the formula 10 times. So it will go very good in your memory. So the foundation should be strong. Work out and enjoy doing the sums. And you must work out more problems when you're weak. Many what happens, they do only one sum and they get satisfied as the sum understood. There are a lot of models in maths. That's why again I repeat, we don't put much models in this chat, live chat, because all models many can't understand. So many will come to this chat and say that's not for me. So that's why we put an easier model. Next also we are going to upload some videos. Don't forget you can press the bell button to get the latest videos. You can press the like also and you can subscribe our channel. We are going to upload a lot of substance topics in mathematics, but only we are going to put basic in the live chat. If you want harder ones, your syllabus ones, either you can join regular classes or you can join the home tuition because we keep tests and all. It depends. But in spite of all this, if you want one harder problem, I want this problem, teach me something, you can ask in this live chat. We'll try to explain how that problem comes. We'll give a basic idea. The problem may have some 4 formulas. So we'll just teach like part one, part two, some bigger sums. If it's a CBSE, ICSE, ISC, and all the problems are a little tougher. So if you put a problem for ISC, it will be very hard. So you put the general problems here. We have just uploaded the general one thing. Afterwards, you can see our thing, uploaded videos. You can contact. You can inform your friends, neighbors, your well-wishers and try to contact. You can come. And also continuing with the fear for mathematics, we said work the GCS problem. Also, don't work out during exams or in the last minute. It will collapse. It will collapse even your basic knowledge. For example, if you work out a lot of problems, even the basic formula you'll put along. 4 3 are 12, you'll put 11. If you work out every sums in the last minute, you become panic. Your brain won't accept. It's something like a medicine. If a doctor says if you have fever, put two medicines for 3 days. He gives you six medicines. You have to put one medicine morning and evening. You have to put for 3 days. Then only when the fever will go. Then only the body will accept. No, no, I want to get rid of the fever and go out and enjoy. If you put all the six tablets one day, your fever won't go, you'll collapse. You'll get admitted in the ICU only. Like that, maths, you can't do all problems in one day. A lot of models. So you have to do systematically, daily. Try to keep a time for mathematics. Just half an hour you make a start. Because I told you many are thing allergic. Don't keep too much time. Half an hour, 30 minutes you do it. Then increase to 45 minutes. Then increase to 1 hour. You will get the interest. When you get the interest, you can increase it. So do this. Now also you can ask if you have any doubts. We are in the chat. You can type it and you can watch your videos uploaded. We are going to upload some more videos. So press the bell button for any future information you can get from that. You can contact us through email for any personal home tuitions, not only for maths, physics, and chemistry. Also, in the live chat, you can ask any problems, not only easier one, harder ones. We'll explain. Because if you upload the harder ones, everybody can't understand it. It'll be a waste. That's why we put easier ones. We are going to put some more. Today also we have uploaded some more videos. It's just a basic model done in different methodology for different syllabus, for different classes. The same simultaneous equation of two unknowns we have done in six methods from 8th standard to 12th standard. And what is applicable for you, you can take it. And there are harder models like fractions, decimals, square root models, statement sums. There are a lot of statement sums, time and distance, time and work, fractions, numerator, denominator, profit and loss. All cannot be put in this live chart because they'll confuse. Some syllabus will have it, some syllabus they don't have it actually. That's why we say you can come for a Zoom app. But anyway, in spite of it, if you want a particular hard problem, you can ask it. We'll try to explain. If you don't know which hard sum you want, which sum you're weak, which one you find it hard, you can't find out. So you can ask it and tell your friends, neighbors, your students, well wishers, and ask them to join it. We'll be coming between 6 and 7. If necessary, we'll come to 7:30 or so in the evenings. There won't be live chat on Sundays. So weekly 6 days, we'll try to make it up. Mostly because thing and also I think other things I say try to increase the time of mathematics to do it. I think continuous practice makes it. So try to get rid of the fear of mathematics because physics, chemistry, and all they mug up a definition. We doesn't know what is meant by speed. They just tell mechanically what's the unit. They tell mechanically, but practically they don't know what is speed, what is velocity, the difference between speed and velocity, the difference between acceleration. So like that, there are a lot of things. So try to understand and do it because every year you're going for higher classes. If you don't have the understanding and foundation in lower classes, as you go high in the ladder, you feel studies very irritating. That's why most of the student, some of the boys, girls also, but mostly boys, whatever they get, single digit marks. It's a big shock. So when we ask the teachers ask why you get single digit, they say nothing we understand. We don't like this studies at all. Where it will come in life, where these things will come. Pressure, where I learn pressure, where I learn all these things. Why I should learn all these things. So they get they go back. That's a big problem. So don't forget. So be confident and try to work out as many sums as possible. Do come to this live chat. Now also we'll give you time. You can type and ask it, or you can ask any problem. Even harder ones you can ask, but make it between 8th and 12th standard maths problem. Any topic also we can ask. We'll try to explain those problems. Uh, Easy ones also you can ask, or anything connected with maths. will give the counseling ideas, tips, and also, and don't try to do. For example, as I told you yesterday, some teachers give 10 sums to as homework. I don't know why they give like that. One of many students say, sir, there are the 20 sums in the exercise. The teacher does only some 4 sums and they say remaining 16 sums they do as homework. Because many go for private coaching. So that's one of the reasons the teachers say what? You have to finish it. 4 sums they do, 16 sums they do as homework. And sometimes they say produce in the next class. So all 16 sums you can't do it in one day. And maths is not the only subject you're having. You're having language, English, science, history, geography, social studies. The list goes on. So many do, what they do, they take a guide and copy it or they copy from the friends. And when the exam nears, they collapse. So what I suggest is when they give some sums, at least try one or two. Some mental satisfaction that you tried out, but not 16 sums, 10 sums. Some teachers give only minimum. This I heard from the students. They give like that. You finish it because they have to finish the portions. And of course, some teachers say you work out the sums, 10 sums you do as homework. If you can't understand, you can ask in the class which sum, and they teach it also. So fully we can't blame the teachers. They give 10 sums as homework because the whole exercise they can't be working out. They work out sums of various level, various models, and easy sum, a sum with different model, a fraction sum, a decimal sum. One model they'll do it, remaining models you must do it, seeing that sum. If you still don't understand, they say you come next day, you can ask it. So when you go the next day, you can ask the teacher how the sum is there. So it depends upon how you clarify your thoughts. You must not keep it yourself. I feel like a thought, I try to ask it out. That's a main thing. Now, also, if you have any doubts, you can ask. In fact, I'll give you some 1 minute time. You can type it and make it out. We'll answer you. Not only sums or anything connected with maths or anything connected with studies, school, or anything you can ask us. Because as a teacher, I can explain you various thing. You can type it. And if any other language also you can ask, we'll try to explain. But we're not so well versed in other languages because it'll have a problem with others who are listening it. So you can do it of thing. And 5 to 6, don't forget. You can tell your friends, neighbors, well wishes, you can come. And if you want all the sums, the whole exercise I want to practice, the whole syllabus I want to practice, you're going for some entrance or higher studies, I want to do it, means you can come for a Zoom app. You can contact an email. And if you want a home tuition in Bangalore area, uh, particular area, because we can't come from different places. We are put up at Lingaradhapura near Thomastown. So that area you can ask, you can come. Private tuitions we teach math, physics, and chemistry. I come and teach. My name is Samuel. You can remember it. I got more than 30 years experience. Any syllabus or anything you can ask. Don't forget. Or even if there is something from my side, if I have to improve something, you can tell me. That's why I said when you interact, I can find out where I miss something about you, things about you. So if you interact, it'll be better. You can interact. We'll tell you. Um, and mostly nowadays, because of this pandemic, everywhere we find this online tuition. So there are a lot of online videos. It's not necessary that only my video is good. There are very good videos also you can see. You can watch others also. There's nothing which you find easy, which you can understand, you can do it. So the grasping power, I told you all 5 fingers are not same. There are a lot of videos you can do it, and you can even watch our videos, and you can pass your comments in the comment box. If suppose anything wrong with your teaching, some methodology, you find it different or something wrong, so that we can also improve on it. When you upload future videos, don't forget to press the bell button to get the future videos and like button, and also you can subscribe to your channel. You can tell your friends and neighbors. Don't forget. And this Excel Maths online classes, this live chat, you can come between 5 to 6, and you can bring your problems. And If possible, we'll try to connect with some problems to work out. And because as we have planned also to work out one model in each syllabus, in each class, there are models differing in state syllabus, CBC, the same simultaneous equation. But I given a model where different methodology of different syllabuses are given there. You can go through it and you can contact with us and you can ask your doubts and you can see our video. If you find something not proper or which you can't understand, you can inform us so that we can also improve on it. That's the main thing. So you can ask your doubts if anything. You can come. Also tell your thing, friends. So if you can't come between 5 to 6, you can watch this video afterwards also. Sorry, 6 to 7. You can watch this video afterwards also. Some of them will be having tuitions. It's also some of them said they got some online classes. They have to go out, see they have some personal work. Afterwards also you can watch this thing apart from the slide chat. So one day at least you can participate and ask your doubts. And now the schools are not fully open. So this is the time you can equip yourself and do things properly. And attention is very important. You have to be attentive. For example, there are 10 steps or 7 steps in a sum. If you don't understand the fourth step, it's better to pay attention to all the steps. The fourth steps, you can ask the doubt. Because of the fourth steps, which you can't understand, don't leave the other steps. For the time being, take it for granted that step and then try to understand how the particular step which you can't understand comes actually. Lack of understanding or kind of nutritional food. I don't know what is meant by nutritional food. They say is one of the tips given in thing. So try to have what, especially more than food. Try to have a. Don't try to work out some at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night, unless until you have interest. And you can find out the main reasons for mathematic fear. You can interact with us. You can type. Will tell us what are the reasons for your thing. And for example, one more thing. In my teaching also, out of 10 students, 8 has told me I'm very good in teaching, they recommended. 2 has said is not so good, I can't understand it. So it's not necessary that all students should understand a single teacher. So don't go to a personal tuition or group tuition when somebody says he's good. You find out whether he's good for your grasping capacity, your IQ. So don't try to what, just because a lot of students are going there, uh, they may say that that teacher is working in so and so reputed school, elite school, so he's good. That's not like that. Try to understand whether you can learn from him, whether you can grasp from him. That's the main thing. So many parents or students phone to me in the last week and say, we went to their teacher, so and so teacher, I can't understand, my son or daughter can't understand. Now they told about you, can we send your children? Sometimes the last minute you can't help it out. And they say, I ask why you did like that. You know, many students, when they come from a very big school, he teaches many God sent him, but my son was not able to understand. It's not that you can't blame the school or the teacher. It depends upon the individual understanding capacity, IQ. And again, repeat, all 5 figures are not same. It depends upon the thing. So don't do those kind of mistakes. So try to what? If you want to take a help or tuition, even if it's a friend's help, try to take some student second best or third best, or who is an above average student. You can go and ask a girl or boy, they'll try to help you out. That is there always. That's the main thing. And sometimes don't go and trouble your parents much. They can guide you, they can spend for you. Many students say, my parent didn't help me out because they may not have maths knowledge. So you must try to develop because when you go like 8th, ninth, 10th, and all, it's very hard. Even educated parents who have learned maths, sometimes now the syllabus has changed. I I know one parent when they said their MSc mathematics, I said, you can't teach, madam, to my daughter. Why you want me to teach? You'll be more apt. She said, actually, now the syllabus has changed. I have no touch with mathematics. And also, my daughter won't learn from me. I like that there are a lot of things from the parent side. So don't go and trouble the parents and say that they didn't help me out like that. So there are lot of things for fear of mathematics. So try to get rid of all this. And again, I repeat, any doubts you can come and see your videos uploaded. For any future thing information, press the bell button. Think whatever thing for any future uploads. Also subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends and neighbors. Also don't forget the Zoom app. If you want a particular syllabus, all the sums like test and all, it will be on a regular basis. Not only a regular basis. If you want to come to Zoom up for a particular syllabus, also you can come. I don't understand probability, you can come. No problem. You can teach it. But if you want all the problems of a particular syllabus, which can't be taught here, here also we will upload problems. We are going to upload problems in each topic. But the basic one only we can upload, because if you upload on harder problem of some CBSE syllabus, the state syllabus can't understand, or the problem won't be in that syllabus. For example, cross multiplication method that is not in for some other syllabus in simultaneous. But I put all the methods. Some syllabus will have substitution method. Some syllabus will have like that. It varies with various syllabus. I told you three unknowns in simultaneous is there only for one or two syllabuses, not for all syllabus. So one sums were uploaded. So if you have any hard sums, you can ask in the live chat also. We'll try to explain to you. We'll work out the sums also. So you have to come out and you can ask some doubts if you have. And don't forget, if you find anything from our side, you can inform us. You can tell us so that we can also improve things. Whether about this live chart or the sums you have uploaded, whether you find something odd or something which you can't understand, or still you want more elaborate. Actually, we have done the sums which are uploaded more in elaborate fashion. Still, if you want to some more thing, you can tell us or particular steps you can't understand. That's like a trial class only we are giving it. As I told you, we can't upload all the models of all the syllabuses in simultaneous equation. So it'll get confused with one another because it's a general live chat thing. So you can come to it. But in spite of it, of a particular syllabus, of a particular hard sum I want, you can come. There's no objection, you can come and ask it. But otherwise, we can't just put it because we don't know what's your requirement, what you can't understand. So it's based on a requirement. So you can tell to us. Don't forget. So try to take some help. Online help also you can see. Not only our video, there are a lot of videos as I told you. Whichever you find good, you can take it. There's no bad thing or harm in it. You can just go through. Somehow you must try to learn mathematics. As a teacher, I'm very particular. You must get good maths and good marks in maths. You can easily get higher marks, 90 and above if you work out. Maths is the only subject almost I know where they cannot reduce marks. Even your enemy teacher cannot reduce your marks in maths. He has to put it if everything's are correct. Things are correct. And that's also true in other subjects, but generally maths they do it correctly. If you do it, everything step by step, there's nothing. And in maths you have a column for rough work. Try to do the rough work. Some teachers don't agree. If you just jump steps and do, they think you're copied from others. So maths as a rough work column. Either in the side of the page or below the page, you can do the rough work so that that will be useful for you also. For example, you don't get the answer. I told you yesterday, many when they get a fraction answer, they themselves are not confident whether the answer is correct. Suppose the answer is 17 by 13, a value of x. They get a doubt whether the answer is correct. Sometimes they get some syllabus they give harder answers. So there is no thing like that. uh, Regarding King Abhishek about asking about Tamil Nadu syllabus, we'll teach Tamil Nadu syllabus. In live chat, you can ask whatever doubts, whatever topics you ask in Tamil Nadu syllabus. Only if you put Tamil Nadu syllabus in this live chat, other state syllabus will be a problem. So you can ask your doubts, but you can come to the Zoom app. All sums will teach here. But if a particular sums, if you want in Tamil Nadu syllabus, will teach. No problem. All sums in Tamil Nadu, if you teach, then ISC students and others will have a problem. And linear equation, 3 variables, we have uploaded a sum. You can see that sum. First of all, in that sum, if you have a doubt, you can ask it. Any other particular sum also we can ask. Of course, we are trying to put 1 or 2 sums. There will be, for example, simultaneous equation, there will be 30, 40 sums in Tamil Nadu syllabus. In all 30, 40, if you put means other syllabus will have a problem. We have different sums. So 1 or 2 sums we'll try to put it. Thing. Or if you have any particular sum doubt, you can come. Anyway, we'll try to put in 3 unknowns in this particular syllabus. People ask even from Karnataka syllabus. There were some inquiries from Karnataka syllabus whether we teach that. They also can ask particular sums. Of course, we'll try to put 2 or 3 sums from Karnataka syllabus because every syllabus, if you put means, it will come to around 200 to 300 sums in simultaneous equation, and it will be confusing for one another. If you want a particular syllabus, all the exercise sums, test, and extra sums, you can come to a Zoom app. But anyway, we'll try to work out the sums you asked, harder ones, in this particular live chat. And you can tell your friends and neighbors, you can bring your sums. And regarding that videos, please put videos in 3 variables. We have put already 1 sum. We'll try to upload 1 or 2 sums extra. You can see the videos we have uploaded already. You can press the bell button to get the latest uploads. Press the like button. And also, you can subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, tell your friends, neighbors, and others. So today you can watch that 3 variable video. You can ask doubts, and also you can tell us if you can't understand or we have done any, not explained properly. Still more better can be done because most of the students watch a lot of videos. So you can tell us we can also improve. Nothing harm in it. So this part you were done like this. This step you have jumped. That step you didn't explain properly. You can just contact us and inform us in the live chat. We'll try to improve on it. There's no hard and fast rule. And I told you that our video is not the best. There are a lot of good videos you can watch. You can also interact with us and tell where we went wrong. We'll be happy to it. As you asked about Tamil Nadu syllabus, we'll try to put 1 or 2. Even Karnataka syllabus will put, IEC will put, CBSE will put 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Totally, we'll put a lot of videos in simultaneous equation. 2 sums will put it. Little harder levels or little models of various syllabus. If you want all the sums in exercise, for example, simultaneous equation in particular syllabus, there are some 20 to 30 problems. And if you put that particular syllabus 30 sums, other students won't understand. It's not also necessary for them. They won't watch and they'll feel what hard and they'll try to leave. If you want all the sums and tests and what the full syllabus and extra sums, you can come to the Zoom app, contact our email ID, which I have given it. That will do it of thing. And yeah, Abhishek Rajas please put videos you put already. I don't know whether you saw that 3 variables. First, you see that video. Let me. Oh, 3 videos we'll try to upload today, and we upload only 2 models. Today we'll start the 3 things, and other syllabus also we put it 2 to sums. Easy and harder thing. Regarding formulas, there is no separate ways of putting the formulas. The formula books. Each sum will have different formulas. So when you work out the sum, we'll tell the formula. We'll put a star. We will put a box in that. We'll work out that formulas. There are a lot of formulas. There are 20 to 30 formulas. There are a lot of tables. There are a lot of identities. So there's no such thing like what a lot of formulas. So each sum will have 2 or 3 formulas. Based on that formula, we'll do. In algebra, there are sums based on formulas. We'll work out. To improve the mistakes, you have to work out a lot of sums. I told you already. You have to practice more sums. From easier sums, you have to work out. Don't forget. The more you work out, the more you become thorough on the sums. And where you make the mistake, you can tell from a sum. Where you can't understand, whether it's an easy sum or a harder one, whether it's a decimal sum. So if you want to improve, it depends upon whether weak in a fraction sum, in a decimal sum, square root, or power sums, sums involving powers, exponential. There are a lot of models. So where you are weak, some of them are weak in fractions. Simple addition of fraction, finding LCM, they are weak. Decimals, they are weak. Square root, they are weak. 2 to the power of 4, they are weak. So like that, it depends where you make the mistake, where you want to improve. So only if you ask that particular model, you can ask it. There are a lot of models. So try to do from the basic model and try to improve it. Get those sums. We'll upload that three linear equations today. It comes only in one or two syllables we saw. It doesn't come in all syllabus. And we'll try to upload one or two sums, linear equations of three variables. If you're in the particular syllabus, you can watch it. Other people you're not content the syllabus, you can watch the other videos. As I told you, because all models we can't put it. If you put some models only for particular syllabus, other students will feel odd when they see it, and they'll try to leave the chat thing. So as I told you, you can come to the Zoom app. If you're very particular, you can ask any hard sums of any syllabus. We'll work out here. There's no rule. So we'll try to put two or three sums in each syllabus from 8th, ninth, 10th, and 12th of thing. That itself will come around to 20 to 25 problems. We'll try to work out. And three unknowns will be uploaded today for you, Abhishek. You can see it. Tomorrow there won't be a live discussion. You can come on Monday. So in the three unknowns which are going to upload today, you can see it. Already we have uploaded simultaneous equation of two unknowns in 7 methodology from 8th to 12th standard. Various methods. So you can watch which method is asked in your syllabus. Which is not asked, you can leave it. And in that, any harder sums you can ask. If possible, we'll try to put one or two more harder sums. There are a lot of models. I told you in statement sums, there are a lot of models for various syllabuses. Some sums are common, that's what we put it. So try to work out easier sums first. And if you're very thorough with the easier ones, and if you want to ask the harder ones, you can actually tell us. We'll try to tell you out. So that's the main thing. So don't forget, till you find some 10 minutes, you can contact us. So today, don't forget, Abhishek, you first watch the three simultaneous linear equation. Not only Abhishek, who all have the syllabus of three simultaneous equation. Please watch. And you can watch this video afterwards also. If you find anything tough, there will be tough sums. All sums won't be easy. Even some sums are very tougher for masters. There are sums in IIT entrance exams which are quite hard. So tough is a concept. If you do it, it'll become easy. Just like climbing a mountain. When you climb a mountain, it's like that. As I told you already, you should have first of all attention in the class. Even if you go for home tuition, even if you go for a group tuition, or a friend teaches you, try to watch in the class. That is fundamental, basic. Don't think that particular some my parents are teaching, my relatives teaching. It's good. I'm not against it, but try to watch what the teacher teaches in the class, because sometimes the methods vary. Sometimes the expectation of the teacher varies. The teacher may expect you a lot of steps. You may jump steps. Sometimes you may become thorough when you learn from others. And if you jump that steps and all others have put that particular step, if you don't put it, they will try to reduce marks. And she'll ask, where is that particular step mistake? So try to watch in the class how the teacher teaches. So have attention. Don't have any lack of attention in the classroom. Classroom is like a temple, basic one. So where you have to what? Watch it thoroughly. Your teacher, what she teaches. And then you can ask your friends. Many will say to me, Sir, my friend is good, he'll teach me. So they have the confidence in their friends. There's nothing wrong, but you're supposed to watch the teacher thoroughly because how she teaches, that's something basic. And then watch your friend. Your friend may be more smarter. He would have left some more steps, different methods you were taught you, which is not acceptable in the syllabus. Some syllabus won't accept certain methods. ICSE's syllabus has some methods which is not accepted in state syllabus. There's a lot of methodology. Many says that this method is not taught in my class, that method is easy. Your friend may teach you in an easy method. That doesn't mean that should be accepted by all syllabus. That may be accepted in entrance exam, where you can do the sum faster. For example, in third standard, I put in simultaneously a method called determinant method, where you can solve the simultaneous in 2 minutes. You can ask me why they didn't teach us in 8th standard. That's not like that. So it varies for various syllabus. So because it is easy, that doesn't mean that other syllabus should teach that one. They teach for various reasons which they can't explain. Every reason they can't be given why that particular method is taught. That's useful for some other topics. In entrance, you can use the easy methods, so don't forget that thing one. And so Abhishek, don't forget to watch the variable XYZ sums. It comes only for certain syllabus. Not only Abhishek. Others who are having the three unknowns you can watch today. We're going to upload it. So finally, don't forget to press the bell button to get latest uploads. Press the like button and also subscribe to our channel. And any doubts you can ask it. If you want the whole syllabus or complete text or test and all, you can join our Zoom app. And private tuitions, you can contact our email address. We teach maths, physics, and chemistry. In future, we are planning to put physics and chemistry also. These are interrelated subjects. And you can tell your ideas so that we can improve our chat or studies. Hope we'll try to finish it off. Thanks. Don't forget, tomorrow is a holiday. You can join us on Monday at the same time. And if you're not able to come at the same time, you can watch this video afterwards. It will be very helpful. It's just a counseling kind of what ideas, tips, give you a fear of maths. That's the main thing. Thank you.